everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we continue our look with some Japanese DVDs that came into my collection thanks to Matt Fry. We've taken a look at the 2004 and 2005 original trilogy DVDs, the prequel DVDs, and we've seen now the Ewok telemovies and Ewoks and Droids sort of bastardized movie animated versions in the last episode. Now we take a look at the Clone Wars micro series, the Genndy Tartakovsky series, volumes 1 and 2 coming out of Japan. You may recall that in the US, this was our volume 1. There. This was our volume 2. Both released in 2005. Volume 2. Volume 1. Well, in Japan, these were released as well in 2005. This was volume 1, again in clear cases, so we'll see some art on the inside. Here we have basically a deviation from what we've seen for most of them so far, and there's actually Japanese text on the actual cover. So we have volume 1 in English, Star Wars English logo, then Japanese text here, and then the THX information down here on the bottom. Spine, also a mixture of languages, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, Star Wars, and then we have the Japanese title there with volume 1 in English, Anakin there, THX, Cartoon Network, Lucasfilm, and the product number. The back, primarily Japanese text here, so Japanese text about it and the features and whatnot. Down here, your vital stats, then with your images or your icons and your legalese and whatnot in a mixture of Japanese and English, as one would expect. As far as the price, had you bought this at the time, 2,980 yen or 3,129 after taxes. Same prices as the Ewok and Droid stuff we saw in the last episode. Same little insert with some tech spec type stuff in Japanese, presumably, as we saw in the last episode with Droids and Ewoks. Similar artwork here, kind of to what we saw in the US insert, albeit rearranged with our chapter information shown through the inside of the clear case. A similar disc design where we have Anakin versus Asajj, Obi-Wan versus Dirge, Star Wars, then Japanese title, volume 1 in English, Lucasfilm Lucasfilm Cartoon Network, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, DVD symbols, and a little bit of English legalese down here. Product number, Dolby Digital, Japanese text, copy protection symbol, MPEG 2, region 2, not 1, NTSC, Japanese text underneath that, and a little bit of Japanese text here. Okay. If you put this into play it, as you would expect, it's very much like the other ones we've looked at. You've got Japanese text for the menus, but the content essentially the same. And you've got the ability to choose from various language options that allow you to get some Japanese material. Now, what's interesting to me is that had a demo of Republic Commando on it. And just like with what we saw with the demo for Battlefront 2, when it came to the Revenge of the Sith DVD in Japan, they actually had a separate insert of instructions. So demo insert here. Instructions on the back in Japanese for Republic Commando. Remember, this is in the era, though, in which it was Xbox demos, despite the fact that in many regions Xbox was not dominating the market by far. Then we have Volume 2 coming out of Japan with a similar design. Weird Anakin with the two lightsabers that are identical there. Weird image. Price tag, same price. This one has the Xbox demo of Battlefront 2, so one of those sheets like we saw with Revenge of the Sith. This is also 2005, another of those tech specky kind of sheets. We have our disc label here. Anakin with Magna droids behind him, Obi-Wan with clone troopers behind him, Star Wars in English, the logo, Japanese title, Volume 2, Lucasfilm Cartoon Network symbol, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, DVD, legalese down here, product number, Dolby Digital, Japanese text, copyright symbol, MPEG 2, Japanese text, region 2, NTSC, Japanese text. Okay. And cool interior information here that includes your chapter breakdown, so it doesn't need one of those inserts, because for God's sake, it already has two inserts. So very much in keeping with the patterns we've seen before here. But cool, again, to be able to make that comparison and see what the strategy was, particularly across regions when it came to those video game demos in particular. Because again, leaning toward Xbox, they hadn't quite yet got to the point where other regions outside the US would tend to lean toward PC rather than Xbox for those. With that, we'll wrap up our coverage of this type of DVD from Matt Fry for a little bit, and in our next episode, we will jump briefly to the UK to check out a special DVD for Revenge of the Sith, also in 2005. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.